Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, guys, and welcome to MHF, people. Listen, it's been a strange day of football. 4-0, Spurs humiliated at Newcastle and St. James's Park. Manchester United robbed Bournemouth, to be honest. If we're going to talk about it, of course, I know that a lot of people were coming from this is football, footy Judge Mo. We spoke about it with the panel, but it's Mo and Husam's time now to discuss the day of football. And in the same time, of course, we'll discuss Manchester City sending a clear message, and a lot of people want to play it down. It is Luton, but it was a second string team by Manchester City, and they completely destroyed Luton. But we're here on MHF, and this is kind of a stream. It's your stream. It's not our stream. This is you getting involved. I want you guys to get involved. I want your comments, and I want your involvement with us to discuss this strange day of football, to be honest, if I can call it. It's very strange. Want to get you involved, and I want to get everybody's opinion about the game, but we're here to discuss what happened today and also to see what is going to happen tomorrow. Over 100 people here right off the bat. So let's get to 100 likes right off the bat, people. Right off the bat, let's get to 100 likes. Listen, I know that with the situation that is happening now around the world, a lot of people are looking at that situation and what is going on. And a lot of people are saying, stay safe, Hussam. Hussam is not going to the war. He's not.
I have Al Jazeera on in the background, So if I go on mute, I'm just listening to the news. But
Yeah.
alhamdulillah, I'm good, you guys. Big up to you. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to MHF. Listen, whatever Allah has written will happen. Alhamdulillah, I'm safe right now. There's nothing happening. Don't worry about it. There's just fighter jets outside my house. But yeah, that's basically the news right now. Yeah, there is fighter jets. I know you can't hear it, but yeah, big up to you guys anyway for the love. So yeah, like, subscribe. And yes, this was a strange day of football because none of us predicted Newcastle to slap Spurs. You get me? No one expected. No, actually, there was someone who expected Bournemouth to draw against Man United. I think you predicted 2-2, صح?
I guess. I don't know.
I think you did predict 2-2. I think you predicted a 2-2 draw. But my thing is, like, I just don't get what it is with these teams. As soon as they play against Manchester United, they just stop learning how to put the ball in the back of the net. And it's weird. This is not the first time. Bournemouth, Brentford, I can name all of that stuff, It's just mad, So yeah, but anyway, chat, look, let's stick to football in the chat. Let's not talk about politics. This is not a political channel, you get me? This is not MHAJ, This is not Mo and Hussam Al Jazeera.
I like talking about politics, but anyway, but there's nothing to talk about, bro. There's nothing.
Let's talk about football. This is a football channel, guys, so let's just stick to that. Alhamdulillah, I'm safe. Whatever Allah has written will happen, but we're here. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah,
hit the like button, subscribe.
Hit the like button, people. We aren't even on 50 likes, and there's over 130 people here.
Frauds.
Come on, guys. Come on. And I don't know where you want to start. Do you want to start?
Man United, strike where the iron's hot. Let's go.
I didn't say my opinion about the game on actually, because I let Greg's rant.
And I actually think you should start. You know why you should start? Because if I say anything, I'm the Liverpool fan who's a hater or all this. So I want you to start the United section before they say anything.
Manchester United, and I'm going to check this seriously, are the worst coached team in the Premier League. Like the bottom. Manchester United might be going through a period, and I know there are a lot of Manchester, and I want to get people's opinion about this. Manchester United might not be getting better. A lot of Man United fans, and I want to discuss this in details with everyone here. Manchester United fans seem to refuse and deny that they are going through a banter era that might be worse than the Liverpool banter era that happened when they went to Champions League final and won the Champions League in 2005. Worse than the Arsenal banter era after Arsene Wenger. It might be worse. I can't remember another team, but this basically, the Premier League was four teams that are the biggest four teams. Was actually, it was three. It was Arsenal, Manchester United, and Liverpool. Chelsea came to the picture in 2003 when they came third if that in that year before Mourinho. Manchester United, apparently fans, and listen, this is MHF. We'll speak the truth and nothing but the truth. This is what we think. Manchester United fans think that because we have the money and because we spend money, we deserve to be better. We actually deserve to be better. Like, I genuinely think that Manchester United think that we deserve to be in the top four, or we deserve to get a better player, or we deserve to get a better manager, or something like this. I'm here to tell football fans and to tell all Man United fans, the world owes you nothing. In the world of football, it's not about the money. It's not about how big your fan base is. Same thing we told Arsenal for years. It isn't about this guy supporting you in Nigeria, or this guy supporting you in Maghreb, or this guy supporting you in South Korea. Football doesn't owe you anything. Liverpool had supporters in Malaysia, in China, in Africa, in Egypt. Liverpool had supporters. The world owes you nothing. It literally owes you nothing. You don't deserve to be somewhere because you're big Manchester United who spend a lot of money. Liverpool didn't get it easy. Arsenal didn't get it easy. And Liverpool were always a team that makes a lot of revenue. It's not about how much money you spend. And it's not about how big your fan base is. It is not. It's about how you recruit. It's about how your club is being run. It's about who's coaching you. It's not about I had Cristiano Ronaldo one day. It is not about Alex Ferguson is the best coach in football history, so we deserve to be somewhere. It is not. It's not about I had an academy or something. It's not. They sit together, Man United fans, and when we tell them you are irrelevant, they don't believe us. They don't. When we tell them you losing or dropping points is irrelevant, and it's not because you are not in a title race, it's because we are gotten used to it. Man United drew today to Bournemouth. And I'm going to talk about the game and the robbery and the referee's decision. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. The bigger news today is Man City slapping Luton and Doku performing better. The news today is about Spurs being slapped and destroyed 4-0. That's the news today. Will people, yes. The news today in the Man United community is about Man United. With Mark Goldbridge, with Terry Flowers, with the other Man United content creators. Yeah, it's news. It's news to you. But you know what the news is today for Man United? It's not about the performance. It is not about Ten Hag. It's not about Sir Jim Ratcliffe. It's about Garnacho and Eric Ten Hag. Do you know why is that? Because that is the news, the drama, not the football, not that they drew, not that they dropped points, not that they are seventh and Newcastle passed them, if I'm not mistaken. Not that at all. Not that West Ham are 4 points behind them. Not that Chelsea can catch them. The news is that Garnacho liked a tweet That's the news. That's the Man United news. Good evening, Jamie. Good evening, Jamie. That's the news. But Man United fans believe that the world owes them something. You have to work for it. Are they getting the right people in, Omar Barada and Ashworth or whatever? They might. But until Manchester United get the likes of Marcus Rashford out of their club, get the likes of Harry Maguire out of their club, get the house is in order, get the kids to eat when they're supposed to eat, not early, not when they want, not when they feel like it. When I mean eat, I mean play football for the shirt. This squad, this team might not be getting anywhere. The likes of Bruno Fernandes today screaming and yelling at his teammate on the pitch when the team is down, that's not good. Him pointing at Diallo. Amad Diallo, 19 years old. 19 years old. Him pointing at Diallo and yelling at him, and instead of picking him up and telling him to do better the next time, shows you who's the captain of Manchester United. He's arguably, in my opinion, the worst captain in Manchester United history. HUSAM is here. I think he's just had to do something on the side. He's back. He's on the stream. The team is disjointed. The team is abysmal. The coach speaks out of his ass all the time. The majority of the time, this coach speaks out of his ass. He doesn't know what to say to the media. I hope HUSAM is okay. I think he's okay. I think he's okay. He would have texted me that he's not okay. Oh, it hasn't started yet, people. Oh, come on, you guys. We're not going to talk about the politics. You know what I want you to do? I want you to get me to 150 likes now. There is 200 people here. Erik ten Hag in every press conference doesn't know how to speak. The guy just doesn't know. The guy is not trained to speak. And I'm going to tell you one thing, right? If a coach speaks like this in the media, who is to tell me that he knows how to speak to his players in the dressing room? Okay, clearly he cannot. If this is how he responds to the media, he doesn't know how to motivate his players. He doesn't know how to talk to the players. He doesn't know how to give them instructions. And I'm not talking about Jurgen Klopp being upset with the media or Pep Guardiola or Mikel Arteta or this and that. I am genuinely talking about if they do a Netflix documentary about Erik ten Hag in the dressing room, we'll laugh. You forget, like, I always say that Jurgen Klopp is annoying sometimes in the media when he loses and he does that. But Jurgen Klopp knows how to speak to the media, knows how to get the media on his side. So I'm sure if we do an all or nothing about Liverpool in the dressing room, we'll clap, we'll enjoy it, we'll know that this guy knows how to talk. About Pep Guardiola, we saw the all or nothing, he knows how to talk. Mikel Arteta, already media trained. I'm sure if they do an all or nothing about Ten Hag, we'll be laughing. If they do all or nothing, and we see how Bruno Fernandes talks to his teammate, we'll be laughing. It'll be drama, and it will be joke. It'll be stand-up comedy. 100%. It'll be stand-up comedy. The club is absolutely in disarray. And by the way, people think it is about hiring Omar, and I know that. Listen, we speak to Terry, and I speak to other Man United content creators, Saeed. We speak to Staffy. We speak to all of them, and they keep telling us we hire the right people, bro. Until Eric Ten Hag is officially out, and you're getting a proper manager that will make men out of these absolutely horrific football players, you're not getting anywhere. You aren't. There is another thing about these players that needs to be, these players need what? You remember HUSAM? The video that HUSAM did with the donkeys? These players need the whip. Some of them need the whip. Like they need the Antonio Conte. Slap you on the face to wake you. Antonio Conte at Inter used to like absolutely terrified, bro. The guy used to scream and yell, used to be terrified on the sideline. Jose Mourinho, you know what I mean? You're terrified. Nobody's scared of Eric Ten Hag. They're not men. They don't play like men. They don't show up to games like men. They pull out attackers like little kids. They need someone to make like Allah al-Azim. I looked at today, Iraola screaming at his players and yelling at his players. I don't know what is it about Ten Hag, but I don't know. Ten Hag doesn't scare me. Like I'm if I'm playing and this guy is Michael, I'm gonna tell you one thing before Hussam comes in, if he wants to speak about it, before we speak about the game. If Eric Ten Hag was in control of this football club, Garnacho would not have liked Mark Goldbridge tweet. He wouldn't. He would be scared. And by the way, Jadon Sancho, if he knew this guy is in control, he would not have said what he said in the media. Nobody speaks out against Mourinho's or Jurgen Klopp or Pep. Like, not a lot. Cancelo didn't speak about Pep Guardiola until he left. No one can speak about the coach unless they know that this coach, with all due respect, is just another guy at the club. It's just another guy at the club. They need someone like, bro, even at Inter, bro. Lautaro Martinez is getting subbed out. He shows like some anger, right? And Simone doesn't look at him. Simone doesn't even look at the guy. It doesn't look at the guy, bro. Like, it's my decision, bro. This guy pats on the back of the top players, the top earners, as they say. He literally does this. He's scared.
I think
That's
the
for Man
problem
United.
with can you hear anything in the background, or are you good?
No, we're all right.
Okay. I think the stuff is with Manchester United is, I think the performances should worry them even worse than the results do. Because teams have gone away to Bournemouth and not necessarily gotten the result or gotten like what they want out of the game or etc. But the performance was the problem today. Once again, just like the Brentford game, Bournemouth could have literally lost. Bournemouth could have literally won by 3 or 4 goals, and I don't even think that's an exaggeration. I think that's just me being genuine and honest, to be honest. And I think it's a problem. The way that they're playing is a big issue, and the way that they're performing is a big issue. And I think right now, what's happening at Manchester United from Ten Hag's perspective is 100% unacceptable. I understand why Man United fans want Ten Hag out. I get it. Why they want Ten Hag out, completely understood. They want Ten Hag out for good reason. Obviously, the performances, the style of play is just not good enough. It's just not good enough, to be honest with you. And every time you like watch them play, it's almost like every single time they're so close to basically like dropping points or losing. The Brentford game is a prime example of this. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say 7-1 or 6-1 would have been a result that's just fair to Brentford. Like, they could have lost that game by 6 or 7 goals, and I'm actually being dead serious. They could have lost that game by a massive result. And I don't know how, because maybe they have moments type players like a Rashford or a Bruno or players like that. They have moments players, they have players who play in moments, who can give you a moment once every now and then. Maybe they don't necessarily end up losing the game, but their performance is a losing performance. So the way that they play is a way that is a loss. So they're losing in terms of the way that they play. But the result does not show a loss. people in the chat right now, one word answer, no paragraphs. Who do you think should have won today's game? Bournemouth or Manchester United? Everyone in the chat, just give me one name. I think the reason why I think the answer is Bournemouth is they have the more dangerous opportunities, the more dangerous chances. And that's just the reality of the situation for Manchester United. They're just not playing well at all. They're not performing. And if they didn't have these moments players, like it would really be even worse. It would really be even worse. And I'm being serious.
You know, Michael Griggs told me that they're supposed to be 17 in the league on
How 17th?
expected points. There is like XG. There is expected points in the league based on performance. It should be 17th in the league.
Is this an accurate
It's
stat?
an it used to happen. It happens all the time in Serie A. There is expected points versus actual points. It used to happen in Serie A. It depends on how you steal games, your performances, who is the better team on the pitch. Man United, based on expected points, supposed to be 17. That's what Michael Griggs told me. 17th or something like this. Bro, it's ridiculous. Huh? It's and I want to go to the games, and I want to say a couple of things. Number one, the penalty that Man United got. Yes, Smith touched the ball with his hand, but if you apply the law, it was a deflection from another player. Did he have the time to react? He might not. He might not.
What the goal are you talking about? Sorry,
the penalty that Man United got. I get why it was given because Smith moved his hand towards it, but it was a deflection. The law says it's not. And it's not like he got the ball with his hand. He touched it with his elbow. He was trying to move to the ball. But on the other side, the law was not applied. Man United should have conceded a penalty. The contact continued inside the area. It's a clear penalty, by the way. I don't know why they wanted to save Manchester United this game. I don't know why. That penalty that Man United didn't concede at the end of the game, I thought it was clear. Even the commentators here were saying it was clear, bro. Like the contact continued inside the penalty area. He literally dragged him inside. His hand was still around him inside the area. Why didn't he give a penalty, bro? No, it's like, oh, a free kick outside. Pussies. The pussies.
I think
didn't want to get the
genuinely
penalty.
make the argument that Bournemouth got robbed.
Yes.
I don't think that's an agenda thing to say. I really think it's a genuine argument to say that Bournemouth did get robbed. That's my honest opinion. Like I fully believe Bournemouth, you know, maybe the Man United penalty was very harsh. I don't.
But it was a penalty. But it touched his hand.
Yes, but at the same time, once again, just like Brentford didn't take their chances, Bournemouth didn't take their chances. It's just like every time this Man United team play, and low-key, I know this might be an unpopular opinion, Onana has actually been one of their better players recently because he's saving them from conceding loads of goals too.
Yeah.
And when your goalkeeper is your best player, let's use Man United themselves as an example. Remember when De Gea was like player of the season in their bad period? They gave De Gea player of the season. I think Onana currently is like one of their best players, if not their best player, because of how many chances they concede. Bro, someone put it in the chat earlier on. I think they've conceded 400 something shots already this season. Like we're talking about an absolutely crazy. By the way, there's still 6-7 games of football left to play. If they keep going, they're gonna end the season with like 600 shots conceded. Somehow, some way, they are 6th or 5th or wherever they are. I have no idea how. If you ask me how are they in this position, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Like obviously with Ange, we mock and we laugh and we say it's who we are, mate, and all this. But you could see at least he's trying to build something. Like, yes, he has principles of football and all this. And sometimes the principles are the reason why he loses. But he still does have principles, you know. Yes, he still does have principles. Unlike, unlike thingy. احكي شوي بس.
Yeah. Listen, Manchester United, I'm trying to check the XG conceded. All I have to tell you guys is that Man United are 3rd on the table. Do you guys know what that means? 3rd on the table. Like, there are 2 teams only in the Premier League that are worse than Man United. Luton and Sheffield United. Luton and Sheffield United are the 2 teams worse than Man United in terms of chances conceded. Genuinely, it's a real thing. And for their expected goals to score, they are 11th. So Man United should be 15th. Let me just establish that. Man United should be 15th on the table. Everything says that 15th is good for you. 15th, absolutely fantastic. Like you're 15th, that's their actual position. I swear to God, guys, go check it. XG conceded Man United, right, are third. Man United from the bottom, of course, like that. It's 70 for Luton, 62 for Sheffield United, 60 for Manchester United.
Is the stat still true that Luton has more goals?
Luton has more goals. Let me check.
Luton have 46 goals.
No, Man
Manchester
United,
United 47 goals. They have 1 goal less.
yeah.
And they played Manchester City today.
Unless it's a joke.
No, it's mad. Wallahi al-azim, it's mad. Like the way that they play football is just not sustainable. It's not good. It's not like
The problem is, the problem is that they reached the. I'm telling you, one of the problems about this. The problem is the fans now are accepting the appointment of like Graham Potter.
Our point on City still stands. Our point on Chelsea, sorry, still stands.
Yeah, I Chelsea on the pitch better than Manchester United. Mo said it week 2 in the Premier League.
Yes. And I agree completely. And I tried to tell the Chelsea fans this, and they didn't want to listen to me. Speaking of, I did tell him.
Once we mentioned Chelsea, Chelsea comes.
Yeah, well, as soon as you mention Chelsea, there's a Chelsea fan in the chat directly. Make it make sense. As soon as we mention Chelsea, they spawn. Like you say the word Chelsea, it's like Wingardium Leviosa, Harry Potter, directly. Yeah. Chelsea fan will appear in your face directly.
We're not saying to celebrate that, Matisse. It's actually a testament of how bad Man United are. It's not a testament of how good Chelsea are. It's how bad Man United are.
Yeah.
Like
I think look, Chelsea Football Club at the end of the day, they can get better, and they can improve. The reality is they do play better as well. Like, people say sometimes the problem with Pochettino is he only gives Chelsea like 35, 40 minutes of good football type stuff, But I don't even see United playing good football for 35, 40 minutes either. So you're like, where was the 35, 40 minutes today against Bournemouth? Bournemouth were closer to score. Brentford were closer to score. Liverpool, I smoked my own club for drawing 2-2, but we could have been probably 6-0 up within the first half. So, like, forget results. They're not performing well at all in terms of
Man
performance.
United will finish. Man United, the problem with Man United is that they might win the next 2 games.
Who?
They might win the next 2 games. They have Sheffield. They might win the next 2 games. Imagine Man United. They have Sheffield United.
Let me check.
They have Sheffield United, and then they have Burnley at home.
They have Coventry, Sheffield, and Burnley. That's their next.
And then Crystal Palace. And then they say we're back. And then they're gonna say we're back. They're gonna say we're back. I promise you. You will see the celebration.
You have the opportunity to do the funniest thing on the planet. Please.
Bro, if Sheffield get any point at Old Trafford, I think this will be. This is their season. They deserve to stay for this.
This is prime content right here. This is prime content right here. Somehow.
If Sheffield get a point, I think they deserve to stay. But I still think Chelsea will finish above them. West Ham might finish above them. Man United can finish 9th or 10th. Genuinely. I think that. They can't finish. Listen, guys, there's 300 people here, guys. I don't know how many likes are we on, but there's 300 people here. We need the likes at least at 250 likes. You know the drill on MHF. Hit that like button. Let's get the likes to 300. Quickly, guys. You can hit that like button. We'll get more people watching. We'll grow the community in MHF. Come on, people. It's easy. It's simple. Right? We're gonna do all the super chats. If someone sends a super chat, we'll do all of them at one point. Get your opinion, right? And then we'll do all of them. I was saying that Man United aren't even a.
I still think Man United, I still think Manchester United are somehow in this position. I don't know how, but it's on Jim Ratcliffe. It's really on Jim Ratcliffe and these guys to make the right decisions.
The Chelsea supporter, Jim Ratcliffe.
Yeah, Jim Ratcliffe, the Chelsea fan. It's on him to make. Speaking of Chelsea
He has a
again,
season ticket. Yeah.
he did have a season ticket. It's on him to make all these decisions, all these choices. And you know, the people that they've been linked with, I'm not even messing around. I said this to Ahmed earlier on my channel. I'm like, bro, the problem is the players, the managers that you're linked with shouldn't fill you with that much confidence and hope anyway. That's the issue. You know, it's not like they're talking about now taking over at Manchester United is going to be Zinedine Zidane. Now taking over at Manchester United is going to be, you know, like even Simeone Inzaghi or someone. Bro, they're talking about who?
Graham Potter or
Southgate,
Southgate?
Potter. That's who we've
McKenna,
heard.
McKenna from Ipswich Town.
Yeah, McKenna as well, who's a former well, I swear he
Assistant to
coached like
Oli.
the youth or
The guy was
something.
assistant to Oli, bro.
Yeah, and he was an assistant, bro. Like it just Manchester United are heading in a scary direction, and I hope it continues, and I hope they fail as an institution and liquidate. But on a real, they can fix it, but they have to make a series of right decisions because they do make enough money to basically just like fix it, even in the here and now. Not just talking long term. They could fix it hypothetically, theoretically. So yeah, that's what I'll say on Man United. But they need to do so many things right. They need to fix the people making transfers. They need to fix the scouts. They need to fix all these people, you know, and they need to stop giving managers that much power. When the scouts came to Eric Ten Hag and they told him, when they came to Eric Ten Hag and they told him, you know, Anthony's only worth 30 million max. He was like, no, pay the money. I think that's a call that a manager like Ten Hag shouldn't make. If you're Alex Ferguson, if you're Jose Mourinho, if you're Arsene Wenger, if you're Pep, if you're Klopp, whoever, like, you know, someone who's a great at their football club, have established himself at the football club, bro, you get to make that call. I don't think they've done the right thing by allowing Ten Hag to make that call because he hasn't established himself at Man United yet. That's just the ultimate sad reality, you know? So, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I say. Sad
But
reality for them, not for us. For us, it's a
the
happy
problem
reality.
is, I think Man United missed the chance to sign the Frankie de Jongs and these guys. Like Frankie de Jong isn't going to Manchester United.
No.
That's the problem next season. Who do you think Man United will will sign? Who do you think is going to choose with their own will to go to Manchester United? Like who?
I think they still have a certain type of pull. You know, they have a pull to an extent, you know, because of the size of the club and the money. I was about to say, because of the size of the club and the money, you know, so they will have players that will want to join their football club. By the way, Mason Mount joined from Chelsea last season. Now, whatever you think of Mason Mount, he was looked at as the Chelsea kid, basically, the Chelsea academy
Yeah.
product, the guy that's, you know, future Chelsea captain type stuff. And at the end of the day, he chose to play for Manchester United. So not everything is about the here and now as well. That's another thing. However, I think you're seeing the names and the stars that were mentioned, you know, to Manchester United, it's reducing. It's reducing player by player by player. Like we're no longer seeing them linked to world-class players. And that's why them making the right decision when it comes to manager is very pivotal. And Southgate and Potter ain't about to attract Kylian Mbappe. So yeah.
Yeah, when Inter got Antonio Conte and he went to Manchester United and said, I want Lukaku, Lukaku is all right to play for Conte. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people wanted to play for Antonio Conte. Like he's somehow has a pull. Like if you go get me Graham Potter and Graham Potter go to let me just give you a hypothetical, people, right? A hypothetical. Graham Potter signs for Manchester United. Manchester United go to AC Milan and tell them, here is 100 million, we want Rafael Leao. They go to Rafael Leao and tell him, by the way, Man United want you. Do you know what he's going to say? Who's the coach? They're going to tell him Graham Potter. He's going to say, who's that guy? Who did he coach before? Who's this? Who's Graham Potter? That's what he's going to ask, by the way. Rafael Leao doesn't know who Graham Potter is. Barella Inter don't know who Graham Potter is. Do you guys think Kimmich Bayern Munich know who Graham Potter is? He just doesn't. It's not about Graham Potter coaching or something. This is the time that Man United need to make the right assignment, the right decision in hiring a football coach. I'm not talking about the higher board, the football director guys. I'm talking about a coach that will go to the players and tell them, oh, by the way, we have this plan. You're going to be coached under me. Do you think Graham Potter will talk to any top player? And let me give you another hypothetical. Graham Potter go to Neto at Wolves and tell him, by the way, we need you. He's like, why would I join you? Gary O'Neill is a better coach. And unless you're going to pay me that much money, why would I want to join you? There's no reason for me to join you. It's very simple. There's no reason for me to join you. Let me do this couple of super chats before we move to Ange because I know Husam has a lot to say. Let's talk about horrible refereeing. Yeah, 100%. The referee was atrocious today. Was absolutely horrendous.
And he was 100% towards the Man United team. And I think this needs to stop. I think even Neto cussed him out in Portuguese because he's Brazilian, but there's a word that starts with P, ends with A, that is worldwide. We all know what it means. You know, there's a UT in the middle. You figure it out. You know, he insulted him in Portuguese, and rightfully so, because the ref was giving Man United all the 50-50 calls, like a slight tackle, like a touch, like anything directly. Feed Man United. Even deflections, like when Rashford deflected it to a corner, he didn't even give them the corner. He didn't even give them the corner.
Yeah, that was very obvious, actually. Lil Tim's is saying Liverpool 2-2 Eagles.
Don't read the rest. Be careful.
Um,
Big up to you, Tims.
Big up to you, Tims. We'll see how it goes. We'll see
Yeah,
how
we'll see what happens tomorrow.
We'll see what happens. Punet is saying, correct me if I'm wrong. Chelsea squad is better than United squad, provided Chelsea have a good manager.
No, they're not. No, they're not. You're saying they're a better squad based on what they can do 4 years from now, not in the here and now. Right now, the Chelsea squad is not better than the Brighton first 11, bro. Don't do this. I hate when people do this. Danny Welbeck starts for Chelsea. Are you aware? Stop lying to yourself, Chelsea fans, and thinking that you actually have a good team. You really don't. You really don't. It's not an agenda. It's not me trying to protect or defend Poch or whatever. Your team is not good, bro. Just get to grips with that fact and you'll be a lot happier.
Guys, wallahi al-azim, guys, don't make me push for the likes all the time. Don't make me push for the like. Come on, guys. The like button underneath the share. Spurs, though. I was very critical today because of one play. How do you have your back line again? He went back to the same thing, bro. How do you have? And then Vator was defending that, and Kate. How do you have your last defender ahead of the halfway line with Isak Gordon and Harvey Barnes running at you? Like how? Like what? What man? I'm not calling a football manager in the right frame of mind. Tell his team to stand ahead of the halfway line by 3 yards or 2 yards, and have Harvey Barnes, Alexander Isak, and Anthony Gordon running behind you. How, what is he doing though? What is he doing?
No, I agree with you. I think Ange overdoes
He's taking it up and up, bro. He's taking it like he's, bro. He's
Taking
overdoing it, bro. He's overdoing it, bro. Like, come on, you're overdoing it.
Doing too much. Yes, I'm in agreement with you. Here's the thing. Liverpool fans know this firsthand. Fabinho, Henderson playing centre backs. Jurgen Klopp did this. We got slapped. He then proceeded to play Reece Williams and Nat Phillips, but kept the same high line. We got slapped. You know what he done at the end of the season where Salah carried us to top 4? Remember that year? COVID season, the one that City won the league.
Yeah, I remember.
He dropped Reece Williams and Nat Phillips 10 yards back. He said, okay, you guys, we're not going to go gung-ho anymore. We're going to go with a more cautious approach. Liverpool, I think, won 8 games after the last 10 and went on a run. The reality is with Ange, people need to understand, no one is asking him to abandon his principles or his football. You know, in the words of Mourinho, there are principles of football. No one is asking you to abandon your principles, Habibi. But at the same time, Yahi, drop your line 5 yards. That's it. Instead of Mickey Van de Ven and Romero running, 70 yards to their goal, at least make it, 30, 40
No, but
yards.
he thinks I'm sorry, sometimes he thinks he's smart. How is a team pushing 8 players forward? Like, number one, he's collapsing the space. Like, Udogie at some point was standing next to Timo Werner, and Pedro Porro was standing next to Brennan Johnson. Like, and then the ball, and then you lose the ball because you have some bums like Brennan Johnson, like Timo Werner, right? And then counter-attack starts. And then you have only Bissouma, and 2 defenders. And they have 20 yards or 30 yards between them, the 2 defenders. Why? Because Romero wants to support Pedro Porro on the right side, and it's only Van der Ven at the back. I think this is crazy. You can have all the position. Bro, they had like 70-something ball position at Newcastle. That's fine. They created some chances. Timo Werner should have scored twice. He's an absolute atrocious football player. But you have to understand that this is crazy.
Can
What
I
is
bring a
going
guy? You know, you're the judge. Can I bring a guy to court? There's a guy I want to bring to court.
on? Go ahead.
There's a guy I want to bring to court. And I want you to analyze what's going on. Yves Bissouma. What's happening, Mo? No, because Mo, you need to understand, at the start of the season,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
played amazing for 10, 11 games.
Bissouma
and then-
better than Rice. I don't care about, because they were still playing the high line, they were still doing all this stuff. How has he dropped off a cliff? Can I understand, please?
I actually have no idea. I genuinely don't know. How can someone with that much ability on the ball, and I'm not here like defending my take or defending what, how can someone with that much ability on the ball lose interest in tackles, lose interest on, like, the guy's body language on the pitch looks so different than the beginning of the season. I don't know what happened to him. Genuinely, wallahi, I don't know. I raise my hand and say, this is a different guy than the guy that went to Africa. I literally said that in the beginning of the season that Bissouma, and I, by the way, I still stand by it on ability, but football isn't about your ability, because I'm gonna repeat what I say about other players. Hatem Ben Arfa was fantastic ability wise. Technically, Hatem Ben Arfa was great, but where is Hatem Ben Arfa? Where did his career go? Nothing. I think it's about the mentality.
There's a guy by the name of Adel Tarabt. He plays DM for Benfica now. DM.
Yeah, I remember Adel Tarat. Yeah,
Yeah, he plays DM for
QPR.
Benfica.
QPR. I
He went
have no
from
idea.
number 10 to DM.
And I want people in the chat.
No,
you guys,
forget the ability. I'm saying performances.
yeah,
Because
mentality.
no, but Momo, let me tell you something. You know why you could make that conversation? Not just the ability, the fact that he was playing at a high level at the start of the season. My argument is as follows. Spurs had the high line from the start of the season anyway. This ain't nothing new. And they had most of their starters anyway. You know, let me just check this, because I don't know why I keep doubting myself, okay? This is the Spurs starting 11. Just for people to realize, this is not like injury Spurs or anything. This is like their full-on, mostly starting 11. Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Udogi. So that's the fit back five. Bentancur, Bissouma, Madison in midfield. Johnson, Son, and Werner. And they had... Okay, they didn't have Richarlison on the bench. That's about it, to be honest with you. The only thing you could say is probably Pape Matar for Bentancur. That's it. The rest is all starting 11. But what's happening, it makes no sense.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, by the way. It does make a lot of sense. The only explanation that I have, I'm not in the dressing room, is that I believe that everyone is playing bad. Everyone. Like, by the way, Romero has gotten worse by the game. He started the season all right. I'll tell you who else has gotten worse. Sar got worse. Guys, you remember Kulusevski have been dropping a stinker after a stinker, guys. Son, after the... You know what this reminds me of? Mohamed Salah after the AFCON 2 years ago. No explanation. Someone that went to the final with Egypt, missed a penalty, came back like he sent his brother. Like, Son, since he's coming back, he's had moments. But he has absolutely, like, terrible. You know what, Madison? Played in the beginning of the season.
Madison, that was another one I wanted to ask you about.
Madison. Now Madison...
I'm so glad I won the Odegaard-Madison debate, because I sided with Odegaard. I'm so glad.
But what do you mean you won that? At the current moment, bro, don't scare us with this sideways and doing stuff as you're watching something. Bro, Madison somehow after the injury has been dropping absolutely... He's not dropping stinkers, but it's like, again, he's disinterested in playing with someone like Timo Werner or Kulusevski or Brennan Johnson. Like, it's ridiculous how... And I'm not going to defend him here. I'm going to say that Madison still today provided a chance on a platter to Timo Werner. It looks like he's absolutely lost interest of playing with them. Fell off a cliff, as Red of Line of Taranga saying. Fell off a cliff in terms of... I think, and I can't even look at... That's the thing about it, guys, is that I'm not even looking at Madison. Something that happened at the club. Because how do you tell me that Madison Bissouma, Van de Ven, Romero, Pedro Porro, even Udogie, by the way, out of position all the time. His touch isn't getting good. I'm not looking at individuals now. I'm looking at
Yeah.
the whole team. I'm looking at Ange and Daniel Levy and these guys. Like we said for Liverpool last
Were
season.
they just overperforming at the start of the season?
No, because they're playing the same brand football.
So were they overperforming at the start then?
I don't know because Madison has been good over the past 4 seasons with Leicester. Bissouma, his ability didn't go anywhere, but his work rate is done. The guy doesn't want to run, bro. He doesn't want to chase.
So you're saying it's a mentality thing, basically.
It's a mentality thing. I might be starting to believe in the Spursy thing, guys. And I never believe in this stuff. I might believe that
I don't think it's just Spursy. I think it's the fact that
they're playing for nothing. Do you
at
think they're playing for
January,
nothing? Do you think they're playing for
they were
nothing?
the team that could spend the most money in January. They were the football club that could spend the most money in January, and they didn't go out there and address what needs to be addressed. That's the reality. Signing Dragusin and Timo Werner does not
Yeah,
help your
that was what is this, bro?
They could have guaranteed top 4, literally, no exaggeration. So this is the stuff that we're talking about, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what is wrong with them, but I'm looking at them and I'm thinking the performances are bad as a collective. And I don't think it's one. I don't think it's just the signing of Timo Werner affected them, but I think it's absolutely crazy that how you're looking at a team like this and thinking why is Kulusevski fell off a cliff? Like, so what's the explanation for this? Why this guy cannot dribble cones?
That's what I meant by overperforming. Maybe this is just his normal level.
No, it's not that bad. I watched him at Juventus. He's not that bad. It's not that
but
bad.
The thing is, I'll tell you the problem with Kulusevski. The problem with Kulusevski is physical. He has the Cody Gakpo problem. Not fast enough to play on the wing. He isn't fast. Kulusevski is not fast. Any fullback can catch him. So running in behind is not a main threat. Kulusevski is a ball to feet type winger.
Yeah.
And his creativity doesn't make up for his lack of pace. People don't like to hear this, but physical attributes matter in the Premier League, whether you like it or not, guys. Physical attributes matter.
I never rated Kulusevski to the level that they are talking about, Spurs, because I watched him at Juventus. He's not like amazing. He was good at Sampdoria, and then he went to Juventus and he fell off a cliff as well. But I don't know. This Spurs team, the problem is the million-pound question, the $1 million question is, forget this season. Spurs will get 5th or 4th, by the way, depending on Aston Villa and them. That's what's going to happen, right? Like Aston Villa can lose tomorrow, right? And Spurs are literally ahead of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if Aston Villa lose tomorrow to Arsenal, Spurs are ahead of them.
No, the thing is with Aston Villa, like because you know what the problem is with the top 4. Remember when
what is going to happen next season?
You know, remember when Man United had a hope of top 4?
Yeah.
You know, they did have hope of top 4. Somehow, don't ask me how. If Chelsea beat Everton, but we keep saying if Chelsea, but just as an example, if Chelsea beat Everton, they're literally 3 points behind Manchester United with a game in hand and a superior goal difference. You know?
Yeah, I know.
So, by the way, did you know? I don't know if you're aware of this. Man United's goal difference is -1.
It has been -1 forever.
-1.
Yeah.
How are you 7th and your goal difference is -1? Wallahi aib. Wallahi aib. You know, like
West Ham are 8 and they're -4.
No, but let's not do this more. Because 4th, 17, 5th, 16, Newcastle, 5th, same points, 17 is their goal difference. Come on, Bob. You cannot explain this. You cannot explain -1. And you go down, who has in the minuses? Like Fulham and these guys have in the minus. You know, Wolves has in the minus. Bournemouth has in the minus. The teams that have it in the plus is Brighton, Chelsea, and the top 6 basically. -1, you know, that is mad, wallahi. This is even with their results that they have just fully scammed.
Manchester City. Jeremy Doku. Gavardio.
Manchester City are the most boring club after Arsenal to watch in the world.
Why?
pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right.
Doku's exciting.
Oh
He's
yeah, he's so
direct.
exciting. He scored. He has 4 GA versus Bournemouth and like 3 GA versus Luton. Give him the award. Give him best player, PFA player of the season. Give Jeremy Doku. He dribbled past 2 Luton players and scored a goal. Give him the Ballon d'Or. Congratulations. You know how many crap players scored against Luton Town? Have you heard of Dublin? You've
Bro.
not heard of Dublin. He plays for Bolton Wanderers. He scored against Luton Town. By the way, are you aware that Luton Town had 10 injuries today?
Yeah, their starting lineup was absolutely like.
10 injuries.
So you don't think that's a message sent? You think that's just
What
another game?
message? Bro, they beat Luton 5-1. We beat Luton 4-1. Did we send a message when we beat Luton 4-1?
You did.
I have some shame.
You did.
Yeah, what message did we send? Via WhatsApp?
You're joined top of the league now. That's
Yeah,
the message.
join top of the league. If the season ended today,
Bro,
who's
you
Premier
don't
League
understand that Rodri didn't play today. They played Rico Lewis. They played Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri,
happy.
Stones. They didn't play.
Yeah.
Grealish didn't play.
You
But-
have activated my trap card.
What is it?
Thomas Lockyer, Marvelous Nakamba, Jacob Brown. يا أخي, why is the ads opening? يا أخي, why is the ad opening? Can I see the names of the players?
Sambe Lokonga, Amari Bill,
1 second.
Adebayo, Ocho.
Jacob Brown, Dan Potts, not the Arsenal fan, Amari Hutchinson, Elijah Adebayo, Ogbene, Mads, Kabore, Sambe Lokonga, Gabriel Osho. These are all the players.
KDB played, I'm sorry. KDB played.
Luton.
KDB played in the 10 today.
Yeah, Habibi, Matthias Nunez, who would be Luton's best player. Don't even do this, please.
So you don't
You
think
want
this?
to argue it, but you can't. Rico Lewis and Oscar Bob, 2 City youngsters, would be Luton's best players. Why you want to lie to yourself?
طب خلاص shut the league خلاص.
No, I'm not saying shut the league. I'm just saying beating Luton Town by 5-1 is not sending a message. It's expected. I went through our predictions. Our predictions were 3-1, 4-0, 3-0, 4-1. That was our predictions. So it was expected by everyone. Listen, do not give a team credit for what is expected. Because they didn't... Look, had they beaten a team with their bench that's actually good, fairs. But bro, the youngsters could have beaten Luton Town. Luton Town had 10 injuries. 10. The interesting thing, though, is even when they win by 5, there's still 1 next to their name. That's the thing.
That did you see the goal they scored?
Yes, and Woodrow hit the post as well.
Yeah, that would that have been 3-2?
2-2. Yes, that would have been 3-2 at the time. I think so, yes. That would have been 3-2.
No,
3-1. It would have been 3-1.
actually no.
It would have been 3-1.
Yeah. 3-1.
He hit the post when it was 3-0, brother.
1-0. Yeah. 3-0. Yes.
3-0 is when he hit the post.
Oh wow. خلاص. To be honest with you,
خلاص.
I actually enjoyed Doku. Anyway, today.
What do you enjoy about Doku? Tell me. What?
He's exciting, bro. He's not as boring as the other players from Manchester City. He's exciting. He's unexpected. He's unpredicted.
I think watching Doku is more entertaining than watching Grealish.
He likes to go dribble, bro.
I think watching Doku is more interesting than watching Grealish.
But that's not even close.
Yeah, but what does Grealish do? Keep
Nothing.
the ball.
He gets the ball, does this, pass back,
and then pass back. Yeah, that's what he does.
Oh my God, Grealish does what Guardiola tells him. Bravo.
Yeah. That's why he likes him at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's just the reality, bro. That's just the reality.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Muhammad, Forza Inter, are you going to watch tomorrow's Inter game? Yes, I'm going to watch the first half, and then the second half I'll be watching on my stream with Dio and Jamie and Rack and these guys. Guys, we aren't even in 200 likes. I have 350 people, so let's do that. But anyway, I don't think we're going to stay for long because Hussam is distracted, and I'm distracted as well now. I want to go to see the news. It's big news happening. guys, stay safe, everyone. Stay safe. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon tomorrow.
Sorry, I
Hussam
was
will
a
have
bit
the watch
awkward
along.
today, guys. You know, over the last hour, it's mad. Like the sounds outside my house and stuff. You know, I think there were about like probably 4 drones like near my house that got basically put down. So yeah, big up to all of you guys. Just a bit of distraction, but anyway, the show goes on. Alhamdulillah, I tried my best. So yeah, I just messaged me on the private chat. I was like, listen, my mind is not on it, so I can't finish it the
Yeah.
whole time, you know. But yeah, we wish we could stay a bit longer, but obviously the circumstances are what it is. Like the video and subscribe, and yeah, big up
We'll
to all of
we'll
you
see,
guys.
we'll see you guys soon. We're out of here,
Tomorrow,
people.
inshallah, we'll be back.
Tomorrow.
Inshallah.
Yalla. See you guys.